Hey Carlos, for our first ever Ask a Teacher question, I'm asking you, what is a paradiddle?
Hey Tyler, thanks for the great question. Before I answer that and talk about the paradiddle, let me just give you a little backstory on me. My name is Carlos Plaza. You can find me at CarlosPlazaDrums.com. I am an online drum instructor. Anybody who wants a lesson, the first lesson is always free. You can feel free to reach out to me on the website or just email me, CarlosPlazaDrums@gmail.com, and we will absolutely talk about the paradiddle and much more. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Paradiddle, rudiment number one. Not literally, it's not the first one on the list, but it's the first one on most people's lists in terms of the most important rudiment. It's got an accent, it's got a double stroke. You can play it as straight quarters, you could think about it like eighth notes, right? Either way, it's just straight notes, which adds an element of consistency to it. There isn't this choppiness to it. It's got to be really consistent, really steady. Obviously, as you can see here, the paradiddle is quite simply right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Depending on how advanced you are and whether or not you're one of my students, I will have probably already broken it down for you. For now, I'll just kind of lay it out for you. It's a grouping of right, left, right, right, and then you just flip that pattern, left, right, left, left. And again, like I said, it's consistent, so there's no stopping in between, but that is how it's grouped. Now, the beginning of the group has an accent, so the first right has an accent, so it's right, left, right, right, and then the same spot on the other side, the same beginning of the second grouping also has an accent, left, right, left, left. So here's the whole thing together, and I will play it on the snare. Now, notice how low my sticks were. So let me show it to you again with no audio. Look how low my sticks are for the non-accented notes. And you're gonna hear me say this a lot if you watch my series on rudiments. My main focus with the rudiments is not for you to just learn a pattern. There's a million patterns out there. The point of the rudiments is for you to learn stick control. And it just gives you a series of patterns that force you to use that stick control if you're doing it right. So those lower notes, let's see it again, those low notes, look how low I'm hitting to the drum, that's causing me to have to really hold onto that stick, keep my fingers closed, and keep a tight grip on the stick. And then when it's time for the accent, it forces me to pull the stick up, which is also part of stick control, and slam it down on the accent. Now, when I slam it down on the accent, as you'll notice, I'm not bouncing it back up. I'm choking it, is one of the ways I like to think about it. You hit, but then you don't let it bounce. It's not a full stroke, it's a half stroke basically, and you're choking it out, okay? Let's look at it here, look at this grip. You're choking it totally out, you're hitting, and you're killing that bounce, because this is where you need to be for the next note. Okay, so accent, quiet, quiet, quiet. Accent, look how low I am. Quiet, quiet, quiet. And you're right there ready for your double stroke. So how low the sticks are on the drum is very, very important, and then how high you're able to bring that accent and slam it down is the other part of that. Very simple pattern. This is definitely rudiment number one. This is the one that everybody, most people start with. Certainly my teacher taught me this before he ever told me, oh, this is a single stroke, because the single stroke is almost kind of obvious, right, left, right, left. You're just playing alternating notes. The paradiddle has some nuance to it. Again, it's got the accent, it's got the double stroke, it's got the alternating lead hand, which is important. Overall, it's an excellent rudiment, very, very smart pattern to learn and to perfect. And of course, you're going to want to crank up that speed, but you want to perfect it with those quiet accent notes, because you're forcing that stick control. All right, guys, that does it. That's the paradiddle. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, CarlosPlazaDrums@gmail.com, if you want to get a hold of me directly. You can go to my website, CarlosPlazaDrums.com. Remember, the first lesson is always free, so feel free to reach out to me. Tyler over at the Drummers community is doing a really great thing, so jump onto that newsletter if you haven't already, and hopefully this answers that very important question for people: what is the paradiddle? Take care, guys.